Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the House of Worship Technology YouTube channel. I'm Matt, and this is another episode of Church Tech Tip Tuesday. Today what I want to do is I want to answer a question that we got on the YouTube channel a couple of months back, and I've been meaning to make this video for a while, and I've kind of put it off, so I apologize. But the question that I got was, do you prefer to use stands or clamps for your microphones that are on your drum set? And there are kind of two answers. The church-related answer is the one that I really want to give. In my recording studio here, where I make all the House of Worship Technology YouTube videos, I always use stands for my microphones. I used to use clamps, but they get a little bit noisy for a recording situation. But that doesn't really have anything to do with what you would want to do in a church situation. My philosophy is, you want to have a clean stage. You want to have your cables managed as well as possible. And actually, there's a related video on our channel where we talk about cable management. I think it's really important for a lot of reasons. I think it makes troubleshooting easier. I think it keeps accidents from happening. Cable management is a really big deal to me. And so for that, I really like to use clamps when it comes to miking up a drum kit. And I've used a lot of different clamps over the years. I've used the microphones that have the built-in clamps, and I've bought several different types of clamps for my church's drum kit, just trying different things out. And so the tip that I would give is definitely use clamps when you can. I think it's going to clean your stage up. It's going to help you to get, especially in drum shield situations, it's going to help you to be able to put that drum shield where you want it around the kit and not have to kind of, wrangle that thing around microphone stands. You're already going to have to make sure that you get it positioned properly with the drummer's cymbal stands in the way, but microphone stands, can even add, bigger complications to the mix there, and so I think that for that reason alone, clamps are a good idea, just to help you keep everything where you want it, and just cut down on the amount of stands that you have around that drum kit. So with that being said, what I want to do is show you a couple of different clamps. I've got a tom drum here. This is just a rack tom, and it's got this hoop on the side, this clamp on the side, and I just want to show you a couple of different clamps that I like, and kind of the one that I've settled in on as being my favorite now. So this is one of the first clamps that I ever tried, and the reason that I tried it was just because it was the most affordable. This is an on-stage clamp, and it's kind of got a fixed, you've got kind of a radius there that it slides on. This is where you mount the microphone to. And so the way that works is it just hooks onto the rim, and then you tighten the clamp down, bam, and then you can adjust the mic up and down with this slider, how far or how close you want it. And what I do like, if I can get this off now, what I do like about this one is that the clamp is very thin, and so especially on a tom like this, it's great for that because you can get up and under this little hoop that goes around the tom. Now if you're using a more traditional rack tom where it's actually mounted into the drum, you're not going to have to worry about that. Getting it on the rim is going to be really easy, but this one's great for that just because of how thin it is, and you can kind of just wiggle it in there. So that's clamp number one that I started using probably 10 years ago. This is clamp number two. Now this guy is a lot bigger. This is by LP, Latin Percussion, and this is great. I use these for bottom snare drums, and anytime you're going to mic an underside, it's really cool because you can just tighten the clamp down. This goes right on, if I can show you this, this goes right on the rim like that, and then you can extend this bar up or down, and it's great. You can get, position it that way. Of course, you've got the swivel of the head. You can position it that way. You've got this side to side that you can get going there. So that one's really good. The only thing I don't like about it is it's really bulky, and sometimes on certain drums, I just find that I can't really get it into the position that I want. That's not always, but definitely sometimes it's not as nice. And top mounting it, it's absolutely ridiculously high. You wouldn't do it that way. You would definitely want to bottom mount this if you were going to stick it on a tom. You know, so there's that. So that's the LP Claw. And then my personal favorite right now, and I've been using this for a while, probably, I want to say, I've been using these now for 2 years, and this is the Shure A56D. And let me just get a good shot of that guy right there. And the reason that I like this is that the Shure has a couple of different positions. You have these different teeth, and so depending on what tooth you put it on, when you clamp it down, you're going to get different angles in relation to the drum. So if you want it to be, I shouldn't have this all the way out. If you want it to be a little bit more tilted, you can go on that first angle, and the clamp can go like that. It's hexagonal, I don't know. And so you can get different positions by messing around with that thing, and I just like it the best because out of all that I've tried, it's definitely the best made. It seems like it's, you know, steel or cast iron or something. The screws are the easiest to get tight, but then also loosen with your thumbs. So that's the Shure A56D. That was really the long way around for me to just tell you that, yeah, I like to use clamps on my toms, clamps on my snares. I've even worked with a couple of bands in some live situations that they had their kick drum mic mounted to one of the Audix clamps that can go to the hoop of the kick drum instead of having a kick drum stand on stage. You know, anytime that you can find something like that in a live situation that's going to help you to have a little bit more space on stage and tuck those cables out of the way, you know, make your stage a little bit cleaner. I'm always a fan of that kind of stuff. So let me know in the comments below, how are you using clamps at your church? Do you like using clamps on your drum set? Or do you hate it? Do you use stands? Tell me why I'm wrong. I'd love to talk about it. And guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next Tuesday.